Let's go! Let's go! Come on! Yeah! Shake his ass up, let's go! Yeah, there we go. Run the ball, please. Yeah! Hey, yo, what is up, everybody? It's B Militant. Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host here on the Redskins review. You guys, I just got back from watching the game live at FedEx Field. Unfortunately, the Washington football team lost. It was still a pretty competitive game, but really disheartening and a big letdown. And to be honest, when I was leaving the game, I was pretty upset. You know, and whenever you leave a football game and you have to watch, you know, Chargers fans all, you know, making a lot of noise or whatever. But you know, if we would have won, people would have been doing the same thing, you know, to them. So, but yeah, just it was rough. It was a rough go because this was, in my opinion, a winnable game. And like I said, I was in a bad mood like when I left because it was just I felt like, you know, the game was there. It was in reach. We could have done it. We could have won. Besides a few key things, and that's what makes it more even, you know, sometimes a harder game to watch and, you know, getting blown out or something like that. You know, the game's over, but. There was just so much back and forth momentum and everything. But, you know, when I was leaving the stadium and everything and I seen, you know, people still having a good time and throwing the football around and everything, you know, it kind of lightened my mood up a lot, you know, just to, you know, it's just a game at the end of the day, you know what I mean? So I kind of needed to see that and kind of bring me back down to not being so upset about the outcome of the game. And first things first, shout out to the Chargers. Hell of a game. They got a really good team. Their wide receivers are great. They're some of the best wide receivers I've definitely seen live. I mean, they were wide open most of the time, but they didn't really drop. Only a few times I can remember them dropping like a contested catch or whatever. They didn't have drops. You know what I mean? And they were, when they got thrown the ball, they caught third down after third down. They caught the ball. Justin Herbert, obviously we knew he looks good and he does still look good. But to me, when I was going into this game, what I was thinking about, you know, before heading into this game, I thought this was the game was going to come down to Jack Del Rio versus Justin Herbert. What is Jack Del Rio going to do to make Justin Herbert's day a long day? And, you know, here in a second when I get to my kind of like reasons and downfall of our team and the game and whatever, you know, we're going to bring back up Jack Del Rio again. But, their team looked good. Hats off to them. They look like they're going to be a problem for a lot of people. But still, this was a winnable game. And I guess right now, you know, this is off the top of my head. I just got back from the game. I haven't rewatched the highlights. I'm just going off of stuff that I've seen in my head. So, but first things first, I'll go into reasons why I think we lost this game. And I'm not the type of person that wants to be, you know, blaming and this or that. But I'm just trying to explain to you the reasons why I think we lost this game. And there's a few of them, and fingers to point, and it goes to the very top. So first and foremost, watching the game, we got to look at the defensive line. I can, like I said, I didn't watch the game on TV. You know, some of this is going off the top of my head, but I can only remember seeing Justin Herbert on the ground one time. One time we touched this man. That's unacceptable. It's just flat out unacceptable. We're supposed to have a really good defensive line, this or that. I understand what the Chargers did. They threw out route after out route after out route. They threw the ball. I understand they got the ball out quick a lot of times. But guess what? There's a lot of times that wasn't quick. There was 15, 20-yard out routes downfield where Justin Herbert has all damn day to throw the football. And Montez Sweat and all these guys, they're not getting home. And And actually, I'm going to take that back about Montez Sweat. He's the only guy on the defensive line I'm not going to be pissed off about because he actually did do something. He did stop them from scoring points today. But everybody else, yeah, that's not acceptable. We just watched this man get, like I said, one time I seen him on the ground. Our quarterback's getting knocked out of the game, getting roughing the passer penalties and stuff. Our quarterbacks are getting hit. He stood there all damn day. He had all damn day to throw the football. So, yet again, like I said, going back to what I thought this game was going to come down to, Jack Del Rio and what he was going to do with the defense to mess up Justin. We all knew, it's not what the Chargers, their offense. We need to stop their offense. And what did we do? Jack Del Rio didn't figure it out. And yet again, like I said, didn't watch the game on TV, so I can only remember from my perspective of the game or this or that. I remember one blitz. That we tried on the left-hand side. They're back. They did a great job and stopped us from getting to Justin Herbert. And guess what? He threw it. The guy was wide open for a first down on the left-hand side of the field. Okay, good. But you're going to tell me, Jack Del Rio, you're going to tell me that we're going to sit here and watch them throw the ball down the field and go out route, and get first downs on third downs, and third downs, complete all these third downs over and over and over. And you're going to tell me you're not throwing the house at this dude. Like, they're already getting the first downs. We're not stopping them already. If our four defensive linemen, if they're not getting home, which they didn't all, besides the Montez Sweat, like I said, Montez Sweat, that's my dude. And he's the only one who did a damn thing. Everybody else didn't do a damn thing all game. And you're going to sit here and tell me you watched our defensive line not get to Justin Herbert. He was on the ground one time the entire game. One time. And you're going to tell me you're not going to be throwing a sink at this dude? It goes back to how we used to look. And like I said, I would always rather go out swinging than sit here and watch this dude throw the ball over the middle, throw this ball to the out route, and just first down. Their wide receivers are catching every damn thing for a first down. And you're going to sit here and tell me you're not going to find some way to get to Justin Herbert the entire game? The entire game, you're not going to get him. It's on Jack Del Rio. It's on the defensive line. And I understand. I know what you're saying. Oh, our linebackers our coverage, they were getting torn up. That's because Justin Herbert had all damn day to do whatever he freaking pleased to do. All right. I know that they didn't look good. Even they even had a little bit more rushing than I expected. Their rushing was trash. I mean, whoever they have running back, he ran hard and got some extra yards a few times, but we bottled that shit up, and they were kind of afraid to run on us a few times for most of the game. But they're sitting here passing the ball all damn day, and you're telling me, Jack Del Rio, you're not going to find some way to get this kid. This man was standing in the pocket, just standing there all day, had all day to do whatever he pleased. Now, okay, so that's the defensive side of the ball, which who would have thought we're sitting up here talking about our defense, more than issues with our offense. I wouldn't have thought that. So let's go to the other. Like I said, I don't like the whole like blaming thing, you know what I mean? But we have to talk about this. Go back to my last videos from the preseason, and every time I came up here, I was like, did you watch my videos? Did you see every single time after a preseason game? What did I say? First thing every single time I come up here. First thing, I want to see Taylor Heinicke with the ones. I'm over Ryan Fitzpatrick. I'm already over it. I want to see Taylor Heinicke with the ones next week. I know our coach ain't gonna do it. I understand that. He's an old school guy, and all that. I understand, but I know what I seen, and I seen Taylor Heinicke was the guy. Now, I was at the game, and shout out to all the people that were around me. There was a lot of knowledgeable, Washington football team fans, and we had great discussions and all that. Before Ryan Fitzpatrick even got knocked out of the game, we're all in agreement. All the people around me, Taylor Heinicke should be starting. We all agreed. And then, unfortunately, never want to wish injury on anybody, but Fitzpatrick got hurt, and then it just seems like everybody wanted Taylor Heinicke. Like like I said, I didn't even really. I seen it online. A lot of people like Heinicke, but and mind you, I went to the Redskins Ravens game back in the day when RG3 got hurt. I was at that game. I've seen an RG3 chant. They were chanting heinicke. Heinicke. You probably heard it through the TV. It was pretty loud. I'm not going to sit here and say it was like an RG3 loud chant, but no, people love Taylor Heinicke. And even if Ryan Fitzpatrick, even if he comes back and he just has a boo-boo, I'm over it. I've seen enough. One of the first possessions, we're down we're in the red zone, and granted, their pass rush was after us all day, but I seen we're in the red zone, and I seen one of the very first possessions, and Fitzpatrick just throws the ball outside real quick to Humphreys, and I'm sitting there right away. I was like, I'm over it. This is Ryan Fitzpatrick. I'm over it. That's if that's Ryan Fitzpatrick, I understand. The old mentality, this is what I've been trying to tell you. The old mentality of our coaches is let's play good defense and let our defense do everything and not turn the ball over and stuff on offense. And seeing Ryan Fitzpatrick on that play, him throw the ball to a screen on the outside and for like 2 yards while we're in the red zone, right away I was talking to the people. I was like, I've already seen enough Ryan Fitzpatrick. I know what Ryan Fitzpatrick is, and if this is what we're getting, get this dude out the game. Before this is before he got hurt. Nobody knows he's gonna get hurt, but that I was already telling people around me, nah, if this is it, nah, we got somebody, we got a dynamic guy. We have to dare to be great. I'm tired of this. Oh, we're gonna be conservative and we're gonna play like Alex Smith was supposed to do and not turn the ball over and this or that. Nah, that's old mentality. And trust me, I like old school football and stuff like that, but that doesn't fly now. That doesn't fly. We need dynamic playmakers, and that's what Taylor Heinicke is. And that's why, yet again, this is on Ron Rivera. This is on Ron Rivera. Why? Because all offseason long, you've seen people come up here like myself and say, Taylor Heinicke's that dude. He looks like he should be the starter. Ryan Fitzpatrick's Ryan Fitzpatrick. And if Taylor Heinicke had all the reps with the ones on the offseason, maybe we don't start the game like this. And maybe even during this game, Taylor Heinicke is more in tune with the guys he's playing with. He's because he's playing with the ones. He did all the let's be honest with what happened. Ryan Fitzpatrick took all of the reps all off season to play with the ones and all this stuff, just to go in there to play 1-2 series and get hurt, and then now we're behind the ball. Like, that's what happened. So yet again, this is on Ron Rivera as well. The slow start. And don't get me wrong, I know that I know that I sound pretty upset right now, but I think it's going to come down to the Giants game this week. So I think we were in this game. Our guys kept fighting, even when I'm not going to lie to you, at the beginning of near the end of the first half, I was like, when we were watching Ryan Fitzpatrick and all this stuff, and like we just weren't moving the ball. And like the best play that Ryan Fitzpatrick had was him just throwing the ball up, which wasn't even a good pass, mind you. He just threw the ball up, and the Chargers defender was actually the closer one to the ball. But we got I think it was Diami Brown. I forget who, but they got the pass interference. That's like our best play on offense in the first half until Taylor came in. So it's like I was sitting there and I was like, man, this is gonna be a long season, man. And I was really, like I said. But then when Taylor Heinicke came in, the entire momentum changed, and we were moving the ball. All the fans were behind him. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, when I was there, people loved Taylor Heinicke, and I didn't know. That's what I'm saying. I didn't know that it was like that. I've seen people online whenever I would say on like the Washington football team, like Facebook or whatever, like, I want to see Taylor start with the ones next week or whatever, and I'd get a lot of likes. People would be like liking that. So I knew that online people like Taylor Heinicke. But no, at the game there was chants. People wanted this dude in there, and then now. He started off slow. He had a few. He was throwing the ball high a little bit, and even the guy that was sitting near, I was like, he'll get it down. Like, don't worry, he wasn't ready to be in there yet. And then sure enough, It's a Taylor Heinicke show from here on out. Now, what I do want to see, Ryan Fitzpatrick, you're third on the depth chart, homie. You're at the end of the bench. If we need to, this is gonna be I mean, Taylor Heinicke is the starter, but what we could do with two guys with Taylor Heinicke and Kyle Allen, they mimic each other a lot more than anything. Ryan Fitzpatrick doesn't mimic those two guys at all. Both of these guys can run or whatever, so even if we need to, we could do certain. If we were, there's teams out there that use two different quarterbacks for different things, like like Taysom Hill and all that type of stuff. We have two guys who are pretty similar. I mean, obviously, I still think Taylor Heinicke should be starting, and I think he's better. But with Kyle Allen and Taylor Heinicke, they both know the system. They've been in the system for longer. They both can move. They both can get out of the pocket. So, to me, Ryan Fitzpatrick, you couldn't last one game. You're at the end of the bench, dude. You're third in the depth chart now. Your job is to mentor these guys. So let's like I said, that's a big issue to me. But it's not all doom and gloom. We played pretty well. Like the old team that we used to be would have given up when it was rough at the beginning of the game, and we wouldn't have had this like somewhat comeback, right? We took the lead at a point. The old team would have given up, and we wouldn't have got that interception down near the in the red zone or whatever. We wouldn't have done that. And another thing is just to go back on this for a little bit, at the game, there was a lot of fans there, and at least 20 to 25% of them were Chargers fans. Like, I'm not gonna bullshit you, but the thing is, for how many Chargers fans were there, Washington fans were way louder. Like people were into the damn game, man. There's no excuse of it. Years past, they're like, we need you guys to come out and show support. Yeah, there was still a lot of Chargers fans there, but they were dwarfed by like noise. When you're talking about noise and stuff like that, the Washington fans, we showed up and we were loud as shit. We did what we needed to do. We cheered them on, and like I said, even when we were down, even when they're about to score again, and then our team got the interception down there or whatever, even when it looks bad, all the fans were into the damn game. They were screaming that, like they didn't give up. And also that's what our team didn't give up, unlike teams of past. That's why, it's not all doom and gloom just because we lost one game. The Chargers are a really good team. They are. Like, you got to give them their credit. They're going to be a problem. I mean, I don't think they have too much of a run game. Didn't see that, but they don't need it. They have Justin Herbert. He looks like he's pretty damn good. Their wide receivers, probably some of the best. I've never actually seen like a better wide receiver core in person. Like, those guys were all huge as hell, dwarfed. Like they dwarfed everybody on our team, and they were catching everything. I don't know how many catches they had, but they caught everything, man. But like I said, I'm still high on the team. I still think the team is good. Now that we have Taylor Heinicke in there and he can start, this is his team now. And that's the thing. Like, even like I said, even if Ryan Fitzpatrick just has a boo-boo, the fans spoke. If you're Ron Rivera, if you're anybody on the sideline, you heard the fans. We want Taylor Heinicke. There was chance. And like I said, moving forward, now that we have Taylor Heinicke and he's going to be the guy, I think if we can like make the offense a little bit more around him and his abilities, I think it's going to be good. If our defense can hold out and actually do something, I still have hope for the team. Now, what it's going to come down to, is this Thursday night Giants game. All right. So we just took this loss, right? Good team. They're way better than the Giants. Now, the thing is this team going to come out and let this loss mess with them? Are they not going to have the same fire or whatever to play the next game? Short week playing on Thursday night against the Giants. We need that win. We need that win bad. Because if we don't get that win, yeah, then I'll be like, yep, here comes another same old season. This is, at the beginning, I'm not gonna lie to you, at the beginning of this game, there's things that I saw that, I was like, man, our defense is just, they're these guys are moving the ball, they're doing whatever they want. It's demoralizing, even just as a fan standing there. It was demoralizing. So I thought at a certain point, oh man, we're in for a long season again, until Taylor Heinicke came in the game and changed shit. Then everybody had, there's people in front of me that are like, this is just getting started or whatever, and I was like, yeah, I hope so, man. And when Taylor Heinicke came in, everything changed. Got it. Also, I'm trying to remember. I'm not gonna make this video too long, but shout out to McLaurin with that crazy catch on the sideline. When I was watching it live and I saw the throw, I was like, damn, Taylor. Like I thought Terry McLaurin and a defender were about to catch this ball out of bounds. I was like, man, you really threw, like, I thought Taylor threw a bad ball. And then when I seen like he actually caught it, I was like, holy shit, man. Like, what a throw, and also what a hell of a catch. But when I seen him like launch that ball, I was like, man, it's gonna be too close to the sideline. I thought they were gonna be out of bounds when they landed. But insane play. Also Antonio Gibson. Man, like, love Antonio Gibson, and would never hit him on just a fumble. Yeah, turnovers suck, but they're gonna happen. The way he carries the football, yeah, he's really quick and shifty, but one way that he gets to do that is because of the way he doesn't hold onto the ball as tight as other backs. But it's inexcusable, not that he fumbled in my opinion, but the timing and where he fumbled the ball, that's inexcusable. You can't, like, if you're down in the red zone, you have to hold on. Even if we have to punt the ball back and play field position, you don't fumble the ball there. That's a big issue. Also, Dustin Hopkins, a lot of fans, when I was there at the very beginning of the game, before it, people were heckling Dustin Hopkins or whatever. And then he made a few kicks, and then on that last one, I was like, we believe in you, man. Come on. And then of course he missed it. I was like, well, he's due for one a game probably. So that sucks too. But regardless, yeah, looking at the team, there's a lot of improvement. There has to be a lot of improvement. But we just played a really good team, man. And like I said, I didn't think the Chargers were going to be as good as they played today. But I can't explain to you more than, look at Justin Herbert. The man didn't get touched. He didn't get touched. And we're supposed to have a really good defensive line, right? That man had all day. So, yeah, still worried. But it comes down to this Giants game. So just to kind of wrap this video up or whatever, just other random stuff about the game. They were really big on they don't have cheerleaders anymore. They have like the dance group or whatever. Shit was all right, whatever. But they still do. The thing is, like, they still do have cheerleaders like that during the game. They're like on, near the end zone or whatever. They just don't have the pom-poms or whatever, but they still have cheerleaders. They're still there or whatever. So when I heard that they switched like cheerleaders for like this dance group or whatever, I was like, oh man, that's kind of dumb. But they have like both. So I don't know. Like I said, just throwing in random stuff that I seen while I was there that you might not know if you didn't. I mean, maybe they showed it on TV. I don't know. But and the last thing, I'll end it on this. Man, I paid decent money for a seat. I got close up there and everything. Everybody's standing. I'm at my seat, but everyone's standing. Two guys next to me, guys I don't know, I just met there or whatever. We're talking, and like I said, they were really knowledgeable about football. We were having a good time, this or that. We're standing the whole time. And almost everybody's standing the whole time. The two guys, they go to get a beer or something or whatever, and then as soon as they jet out of there, there's a guy behind me. He's like, hey, how about you sit down? And I'm like, I turn around, and and I was like, I didn't expect to get yelled at. So then I was about to kind of sit down or whatever, and he's like, you don't have to stand and block our view the whole game. And the thing is, I was about to sit down and just be like, whoa, I'm my bad, dude. I didn't know. But when I was about to sit down, I was like halfway sitting down, he started yelling more shit at me. Then I was like, F you, man, I'm gonna stand. And this was a Washington fan, and I'm like, I don't expect to be talked to like that. And it was like a big fat dude just like sitting in his chair. And the thing is, he also had a family there, so like I didn't want to yell too much stuff because there's like little kids or whatever. But like, man, I paid. Everyone stands. Like when there's something happening, people stand. That's what they do. Like, I'm into the game. I'm making a lot of noise. I'm standing or whatever. Just because you don't want to stand, like, I don't know what to tell you, man. And then he went And then like he started arguing with me, and then he went and got told like security or whatever, and then they came and told me I had to sit down. Like, are you insane? Did this happen? Did this really happen to me? That I'm just standing at my seat. I paid for my tickets for my seat, and if I want to stand, I can fucking stand at my seat. And then this dude behind me, he's like yelling at me. He's like, and he waited for the two guys. Like I said, I was standing the whole time with these two guys talking, and you know, everybody stands. And sometimes people stand, sometimes, you know, depending on what's going on. But we're just standing at our seat or whatever, and I get yelled at by this dude. I didn't expect it. I was like taken off guard at first, and I was about to sit down, and then he kept yelling shit at me, and I was like, nah, F that, man. If you're gonna like be an asshole to me, yo, whatever. And he's like, I'll go get people or whatever, tell you to sit. I was like, well, you go get them, dude. And then I was not expecting them, but yeah, security came down and told me you have to sit down. I was like, what the fuck? Like, are you in? I'm just into the game. I'm standing and making noise, and I'm into the game. I want to see it. Other people stand up. Like, I'm not bothering anybody. If you have an issue, stand up or look at the freaking Globotron or whatever the hell it's called. Look at that then, dude. I'm sorry. I'm into the game. I'm sorry. I want to see the game. There's people standing in front of me. There's people standing. What are you going to do? You're going to sit here and come get the security to like kick me out of the game, and then you have to do it one by one. And then it was funny because after the security came and told me like, sorry, you have to sit down or whatever because they're complaining. I screamed. I was like, hey, all you guys, you better sit down or they're going to come kick you out of the game. Like, this is insane shit, but it just pisses me off. This was a Washington fan. Like how are you going to do that? Like, he's went and got someone to threaten to kick me out of the game. I'm like, I had one beer all day. Like, I'm a nice guy. Don't like piss me off. You know what I mean? You know, I'm not a pushover. And like I said, when he yelled at me, I was like, whoa, you know, I didn't expect to like be yelled at. And I'm like, sorry, man, I didn't know I was like an issue. I'm about to sit down. And then he had something else to say. And then I was like, well, if you want to be an asshole, I'll be an asshole, you know? So all in all, I mean, I had a good time, dude. For me, it was just, like, I've been to, like, a concert or whatever, you know, since COVID and all this stuff. I've been out to, like, a show and, you know, the movies and stuff. But being at a football game, being all around, you know, a bunch of Washington fans, being able to meet people, talk to people, it was a great time. And like I said, even though we lost or whatever, and, like, when I was leaving, I had to hear all those damn Chargers fans or whatever, you know. When I got back to my car and I seen people just throwing footballs and smiling and having a good time, I was like, you know, it really lightened my mood and reminded me, you know, it's just a game, you know. I know I take it pretty serious and a lot of other people do, but at the end of the day, it's just a damn game. And to be honest, we've been putting up with this shit for so long. How much can you be really, you know, wrapped into this and, you know, let it ruin your day? I'm not going to let it ruin my day. Plus I get to come up here, you know, talk to you guys. But now this video is getting pretty long, so I'm gonna go. There's other football I want to watch. I'm gonna like render this or whatever. It sucks. I have a bunch of videos and stuff on my phone. I want to edit all that stuff into here. Maybe I'll watch football and edit this stuff and then put this up as soon as possible. But yeah, we're approaching 30 minutes, so hopefully you guys like the video. Hopefully we get a win on Thursday. If not, then yeah, it's going to be a long season. But if we get a win on Thursday, the entire rant you see me do at the beginning of this video, which I wasn't planning on ranting, but the rant at the beginning of this video is null and void. If we can beat the Giants on Thursday, everything's okay. We go back to square one, see what our coaches can do. The coaches I just sat up here and reamed for a minute. We'll see if they can turn this around and if the players can turn it around. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Hail to the Washington football team.